Welcome back to Backyard Gridiron Talk. I'm Addison.
I'm Frank.
Exciting week. We say that every week because the NFL is always unpredictable.
Always exciting.
The Eagles lost to the Commanders, who I almost picked.
Yeah.
But I was reluctant to. Every time I do pick them, they lose. Every time I don't, they win. It's annoying. Vikings, what a game.
That was a crazy game in Buffalo. A great comeback by the Vikings.
Gosh.
Justin Jefferson made some amazing
Josh
catches.
Allen has to learn how to take a snap from center.
I mean, in his defense,
It,
based off the lineman, like A.Q. Shipley, he works with Pat McAfee show, and he was saying Penn State. He was saying yesterday that when you're in that situation, a lot of times the center wants to make sure that
your voice is very loud.
I have a big voice.
I know, but my daughter is sleeping.
I apologize. A lot of times, you want to make sure the center wants to make sure that he gets a position to block, that he ends up snapping it differently, and like he rushes it. Not that Josh Allen. I mean, fucking recover the damn snap. But
the thing is, it's
definitely impacted by where the ball
when
was.
it definitely does impact the situation there, because that game, all the Buffalo people were celebrating. I'm like, this isn't over yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, this could easily be a safety, and then they got to punt and give it back to him.
Right.
So that's what I thought originally happened. Like when they were all going through it, I thought Allen just didn't make it out of the end zone.
Right.
But which still would have benefited the Vikings. So regardless, wow, getting that touchdown though. I'm sorry, I understand the situation and everything, but NFL quarterbacks, I don't care of the situation. You got to be able to take a snap under center and pressure situations. If you're talking about being elite. Now this is like his. It's been a trend the past couple of weeks with Josh Allen, just bonehead interceptions.
I wouldn't blame the fumble
and the fumble
as
just,
much as I blame the interceptions.
No, I agree with
like
that.
Like the fumble, like I get why that happened because of the situation they were in, and like if you watch it, you could tell that the center jumped up faster than they normally does, which definitely affects when you're in a routine. Like I can understand how you fumble that. The fucking interception in overtime was terrible. That is where I would be more like, dude, what are you doing?
This is the past couple
weeks. You want to be a superstar,
weeks,
and that's the interception. I mean, he had one earlier in the game, but that one was terrible. Like Patrick Peterson looked like it was the receiver you were throwing to.
Yeah,
that's where he needs to improve.
And then the week before against the Jets, the one on the opening drive, it's like, where were you going with that?
Yeah.
And it's funny because the Bills, everyone was like, oh, they're the best team, blah blah blah. And I honestly, right now, I take Miami over them in that division, the way they're playing now.
Yeah, when Tua hasn't lost when he's played a full game.
And just like that, Buffalo's in third in that division.
Yeah, I mean, in the long haul, I'd still go with Buffalo.
I'm just saying right now, if they don't improve, I mean, Miami and the Jets have the tiebreaker on Buffalo right now too, so they can't just go and tie them the same record because Miami and the Jets have the tiebreaker.
They might not have home field advantage. They might have to go on the road. But I think they're experienced enough and they have a good enough team, as we saw last year, what they did in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason they lost was because they didn't get the ball in overtime, which is a new rule this year. And, that could be greatly impacted. And I think, personally, that I'm taking their experience. Yeah, they lost this game. They'll grow from it, and I think they'll eventually get better.
Yeah.
The Jets are just too young. And I mean, the Dolphins, they could do it too. Mike McDaniel's first-year coach. Tua's looked great. Can he stay healthy and stay on the field? Mm-hmm. We'll see. It'll be a good division to watch down to the end.
Yeah. Speaking of the Dolphins.
Yeah, they beat the Browns. I really don't know what to make of the game. It was a close game for a bit.
They got to give the ball to Nick Chubb more. My fantasy team was suffering.
Nick Chubb actually fumbled.
Yeah, I know.
Which kind of we were going in to either take. It was 10-7 when he fumbled. I think we were down, so we were going to try to take the lead. We were almost in the red zone and he fumbled, and then after that, it just kind of there was nothing going on after. Our defense couldn't stop the freaking holes these running backs had. I could have fucking.
The Browns' defense is atrocious.
We just have no
It's bad.
We have nobody in our D line besides Garrett. Our linebackers all have gotten hurt. Well, not all. Anthony Walker was our biggest. I mean, he was a team captain basically.
Yeah, and
he was a great
Steeler guy had to jump on him for extra support.
He was already done.
He was already done.
Torn hamstring,
and then he's just like, yeet.
He was one of our leading tacklers. JFK wasn't playing because he was hurt. Our DBs were there though, and they didn't play well. They got beat constantly. I mean, don't get me wrong, Waddle and Hill are good. It's not like they got beat by bums, but like it was just I was expecting more coming out of the bye. They didn't really show up. But hey, we're on to the next week. We face Buffalo, which tough task, but if we play in Buffalo, there could be
it's anyone's game.
It's anyone's game with the weather.
That weather is going to be bad.
Could also get moved to Detroit in the Dome. I'm supposed to be going to this game.
If I'm you, I want to play in Buffalo.
I want to play in Buffalo because it's our best chance.
If you go to Detroit, I don't know about that.
I'm a real Browns fan. I'm from Cleveland. I don't play no fucking Dome. But if we go to Detroit, I'm just going to go watch the Josh Allen show because we'll probably get torn up. But if we play in Buffalo, there's a shot. And that's all. If we can win one of these next 2 games and come back with Watson, would we have to run the table? Of course we would. Is Watson going to fix our defense? No, but we're Browns fans. We have hope. That's what we do.
There you go. With that being said, Pittsburgh won. They beat New Orleans, which New Orleans just looks bad.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett looked good. Didn't turn the ball over. Had a rushing touchdown. That's all I can really ask for him.
Yeah.
He wasn't lighting the world on fire, but he was a game manager. He put us in good situations. Our running game finally came alive. We had over 200 yards rushing between Pickett, Harris, and Warren.
Yeah.
And Warren is very, very close to taking that job. He's
never thought you'd say that, huh?
I mean, he's finding the holes that Najee dances around. And it's whenever you watch the game, you can see it. Warren's just like, there's a hole, go.
And
Najee's like, oh, duh. And it's like,
what are you doing?
Go. You can do that. You're allowed.
Yeah.
Just like last year. You were able to do that. I think so a little bit. Just because of the uncertainty of this offense, I feel like he's trying to do too much, trying to make the 80-yard touchdown run from the 20-yard line, just trying to find the perfect spot, just 5 yards. Four. That's all I ask. 4 yards.
Yeah.
This -1, gain, it's setting Pickett up to force something.
Yeah.
And because he's a rookie quarterback, on 3rd and 10, 3rd and long, he's going to force something.
Right.
And it's just the nature of rookie quarterbacks.
Well, he's going to want to make a play.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And we were very balanced last week.
Yeah.
Got the ball down the field. I wish we would have scored a little bit more, just because we were in situations where we were able to. We had 2 missed field goals because Boswell was out, so could have had 26 points.
Yeah.
which I believe that would have been the most we had this season. I'm not sure. No.
Boswell, did he go on IR, or was he just out?
I think he was just out.
Okay. I was curious.
He might be on IR, but I'm not sure. All I know is we got to get rid of Matthew Wright and bring back Nick Skiba. I don't know why
he might have got picked up by
got rid of Skiba and went with Matthew Wright, and he couldn't make anything.
He won't write today.
But no, he won't write. Good thing it didn't bite us because New Orleans offense is booty cheeks. Alvin Kamara, just non-existent. TJ Watt was back. He showed. He immediately made an impact. Although Alex Highsmith was the star on defense in that game. DeMonte Casey made his Steeler debut, had an interception late. So defense plays completely different when Watt's on the field because everyone's focused on Watt. And it's, it's time to, like, other players step up when that happens. And it's just like, all right. But very excited for the win. We play the Bengals. Bringing out, we know the We Day, just like we did week 1 when TJ Watt played. And honestly, we're at home. We beat them in Cincinnati with TJ Watt. TJ Watt's back. We're looking healthy. Minka might be playing after having an acadectomy. I can't say that word. So he might be playing. Even if he's not, DeMonte Casey filled his.
For Cincinnati going to play?
Maybe, but we're at home this time. It's a 4:30 game. We're bringing out the color rushes. We're unstoppable in the color rushes.
Oh,
so
feel confident.
Hey, all I know is we need this win because next week we got the Colts.
Jeff Saturday.
I'm not brushing off the Colts anymore, especially if they come out this week and play.
Matt Ryan,
if they play this week like they did last week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to think that's an easy. None of the Steelers games are easy.
I mean, no NFL games easy.
No,
really.
I mean, we got Carolina in a few weeks. So that's not going to be easy.
Hey, Baker, baby.
Hey, he better knock off Baltimore this week.
Hey,
but
I'm rooting for him.
Me too. But like I said, coming out of the bye week, these next 3 games, we got one done. We need to get the Bengals and Colts done, 5-6. We could lose after that, just a game, just to say, hey, we're still the Steelers. We lost. But we just got to get to 5-6. If we get to 5-6, I feel like we still have a shot at the playoffs. If we don't, it's dwindling away.
I mean, we're kind of in the same boat.
Yeah.
Browns have to. I mean, if we're going to make the playoffs,
it's just tough because you really needed this Miami game because now you play Buffalo.
Well, again, if we play Buffalo in the snow, I'm a Browns fan.
Yeah.
You got hope.
No, it's not even just that. It's like if you play Buffalo in horrible weather.
I mean, look, Patriots beat them. Why can't we?
Patriots ran with Nick Chubb, Patriots ran with Damian Harris the whole game last year. Who's to say that Browns can't with Nick Chubb, #1 rushing game in the league?
See what happens.
Yeah, if it's snowing, if it's a lot of crappy conditions, I feel like the Browns have a shot. If they move to Detroit, Browns have no chance.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens.
Despite what I said about Buffalo not being elite, I still feel like they are elite, but not playing as well as they should be.
Yeah.
Considering their preseason predictions, the Browns' defense just won't be able to stop Josh Allen.
Well, yeah, my thing, it'll be interesting to see from the standpoint of we're terrible against the run. Buffalo doesn't like to run the ball.
They don't like to run the ball.
So are they going to run the ball like they should? Not that our DBs are great, but like
you got
Diggs
and Denzel Ward playing.
Denzel Ward and Diggs and Waddle are completely different receivers than Davis and Diggs, in my opinion. Hill, I meant to say. Hill and Waddle are different than Diggs and Davis. So, I mean, I think we match up pretty well. I mean, they're obviously elite receivers. They're going to make plays. Allen's an elite QB. They're going to make plays. So, like, maybe we'll have a shot, but our run game is what usually destroys us.
Mm-hmm.
When we can get in 3rd and longs or 3rd and mediums and get a pass rush, we have a shot with Myles Garrett and Clowney and with good DBs. But when it's 3rd and 2 and you can just run the ball, or it's 2nd and 2, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can pass and there's no pass, you know what I mean? It's just, you get destroyed and their defense gets freaking, looks like booty cheeks.
Yeah, booty cheeks.
Yeah, we'll see. If Buffalo starts to run the ball, though, which they should, they'll probably destroy us. In the snow, you never know.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. In the snow, you never know. Also, shout out Lions. They won two straight games.
First road win, road victory for Dan Campbell.
And the Bears.
The Bears
are last place in the NFC. Just throwing that out there. Justin Fields has to.
Justin Fields isn't
playing. No. That's what I was just about to say. Justin Fields has to kick that GM in the butt to get some playmakers, so to get some more defense. Because
they traded
honestly,
away their defense, all their defensive players.
I know. And it's like Justin Fields is so good,
right?
And
like
he has nothing.
He's making plays.
He has nothing.
Right.
He's doing 200 yards rushing a game because he has nothing. I mean, fantasy wise, he's winning people games, but he's not winning his team games because he can't. He can only do so much.
Because he's on the Bears. Hypothetical though. What if San Francisco would have drafted Fields? Drafted Fields with Debo, McCaffrey.
Oh, they'd be 9-0. Unlike the Eagles, they'd be 9-0.
It would be ridiculous. But no, they drafted Trey Lance.
I mean,
who still has potential.
He got hurt in his second game, so
injury's part of it though.
But
injury's part of being a bust.
Who beat Trey Lance in his first career start?
The Bears, Justin Fields.
So, boom. But shout out Justin Fields for playing phenomenal, but bigger shout out to the Lions. Yep. I don't know, last time they won 2 in a row.
They won 2 in a row, and Dan Campbell, like I said, got
and
his first road
just
victory.
Like this, Lions are 1 win away from smelling that playoff spot.
Yeah.
Because the final playoff spot's 5-5, I think.
NFC's weak.
Yeah.
They're right in it.
They're right there. And they don't have the defense to do it, but they have the offense to do it.
Yes.
Jared Goff is actually playing a lot better than I thought he was going to. So I still think they draft a quarterback. If they're bad enough to get Bryce Young,
they have enough, and I think they have enough picks that they could trade up if they wanted to get one too.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I think they will. I mean, Goff. I don't think Goff's their future.
No, I mean he's playing a lot better than I expected, right. But I still don't think he's not an elite quarterback. Right. Yeah.
He's not a top 5 quarterback.
No.
He's not going to beat you in Mahomes.
Detroit has weapons with Swift, and Jamal Williams is playing amazing.
Amon
St. Brown. They traded Hawkinson, but
they have Jameson Williams too.
Yeah.
Who hasn't even
he hasn't even played yet.
Like they're going to have a solid offense.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, our picks last week, I went 8-6. Frank went 7-7. Gives me a 6-game. Can't count. 5-game lead.
Come on now.
No. Hold on. That doesn't make sense. I gained a game on you. So 7-game lead. Why did I? I can't do math. So yeah, 7-game lead. I'll have to review that. It looks all fucky. All right. But without further ado, we'll get it started with Thursday night, which is finally a good Thursday night game.
Yes, it is. We have the Tennessee Titans traveling to Green Bay to Lambeau Field to face the Green Bay Packers.
Who just came off a big win over Dallas.
Titans are 6-3. Packers are 4-6.
Hold on, I just gotta do it. Hold on, I got it. You still them boys? I had to.
You had to do it.
Had to do it.
This is a tough. I think it's gonna be a good game. It'll be fun to watch. I'm gonna take the Titans. I just like their defense. I like what Braves has them doing, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rodgers and them boys find a way to win. They're at home, which I always favor the home team on Thursday night. But I'm gonna take Tennessee because I like what they're doing, and if they go in there and get a win, it's looking good.
I do like how Vrabel plays on the road. His teams are always in it.
Yeah. Kansas City. Toughest play to
it is.
Malik Willis.
It is. And I'm just feeling, that Green Bay win this past week against Dallas really sparked something.
Yeah.
Christian Watson came out of his shell.
I got him in fantasy. I was pumped about that.
That's perfect. Did you have him prior to that?
No, I picked him up off waivers.
Hopefully he continues this 32-point game.
I used the rest of my fab money on him.
There you go. So. With that being said, Packers haven't looked great this year, but they're at home. They're living high right now with that win. And I'm going to take Green Bay.
All right. I like it. Like I said, it should be a fun game. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let me just start. Let's go next to Browns-Bills. This is a game that could get moved from Buffalo to Detroit, depending on how much snow is accumulated in the beautiful city of Buffalo.
Good wings.
Yeah, good wings. I'm going to this game. I don't know if I'm going in Buffalo or Detroit yet because I don't know. We'll find out more Friday.
You'll either be cold or not.
Right. I want to say if they play in Buffalo, I'll take Cleveland. If they play in Detroit, I would take the Bills. I don't know if that's allowed, though.
Real quick, I'm taking Buffalo regardless.
I know you're taking Buffalo regardless. But can I do that? If they play in Buffalo, I can take Cleveland?
Sure.
All right.
I'll put Cleveland question mark. I'll know what that means.
All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, it's
you got to be confident.
Down in the standings. Hey, but we're playing in a snowball. We got the best running back in the league, and we have a great line.
You gotta get pumped for your team.
You gotta do it.
I mean, I said Steelers would go 11-6. They literally have to win the rest of their games to do that. So, all right, let's go. Next game.
Bears Falcons.
Still possible. No, I'm just kidding.
Bears traveling to Atlanta. 3-7 Bears, 4-6 Falcons. I'm taking the Bears. Justin Fields is doing his thing. Falcons can't stop the run.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. Falcons, they're not good on really either sides of the ball, so I'm taking Chicago.
Panthers traveling to Baltimore. We want the Panthers to win, but we're both taking
Go Carolina, go Baker, but I'm picking Baltimore.
The Commies traveling to Houston. I think we're both taking the Commies.
Yes. Go Commanders. Go Commanders, go. Hey, just throwing it out there, 2020 Steelers started 11-0. Their first loss was at home to Washington.
That's true.
Eagles start 8-0, first loss at home to Washington.
True.
They're going to fall apart.
Speaking of Eagles, they traveled to the Colts to take on Jeff Saturday, who had a very impressive win in his coaching debut against the Raiders.
I said the Eagles would fall apart. Jeff Saturday looked good against the Raiders. They're the Raiders. Eagles, they play Washington, who's, I think, a playoff team.
With Taylor Heineke?
With Taylor Heineke, not with Carson Wentz. With all that being said, I still got to take Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I can't do
Philly's the pick.
I can't do Colts. Yeah.
Jeff Saturday, if you prove it to me this week, I'll be even more impressed.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels. Yay. Ooh, interdivision matchup. We got the Jets traveling to the New England Patriots. Jets have looked good, but they don't look good when they face the Patriots. I'm taking the Pats at home.
There you go. All I can say is Jets, Jets.
All right.
Robert Saleh, Zach Wilson going to get it done. Sauce Gardner going to pick off Mac Jones twice.
I like it. We have the Rams traveling to New Orleans to face the Saints, who, they win 24-0. They get not mollywopped by the Steelers, but they look pathetic, right? I mean, you watch.
Yeah, they didn't look good at all. Yeah. It was the second quarter of that game, and I'm like, wow, I feel like we're actually going to win this. And it was close.
Right.
It's just New Orleans couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the half, they got some BS touchdown because that's what we do.
Right.
But they didn't score the rest of the game after that.
All right. I'm taking the Rams. If they want to have any chance at repeating, they need to win this game.
Yeah, Rams just lost Cooper Kupp for some at least 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's pretty significant. That's the rest of the fantasy season.
Yeah.
With that being said, New Orleans just until they get Jameis back, I don't trust him. So I'm taking the Rams.
All right. Next, we have the Lions traveling to New York to face the G-Man Giants. As much as we love the Lions and what they're doing, I mean, I got to take the Giants. They're 7-2. Brian Daboll has them playing. They have 2 losses. One of them was to Seattle when Seattle was at home. Seattle's a different animal at home. Respectable loss. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the other one was, but they're 7-2. So
in the words of Lee Corso, not so fast.
I love it.
I'm taking Detroit because why? The Giants, although they've looked good, and I still think they're a playoff team, all their games have been close.
Yeah.
And the Lions know how to score. And Lions could go into New York. New York's not a tough place to play. They can go into there and win this game. I think this is my big upset pick of the week. I'm going with the. You said G-Man, I'm going with the L-Man. I don't know if that's a thing, but let's go. Dan
All right,
Campbell.
Next, we have a game that shouldn't even be allowed to be on TV. Raiders traveling to Denver to take.
That was awfully close to the Steelers and Bengals. I was like, what are you talking about?
No. We got the Raiders facing the Broncos.
That's ugly.
2-7 versus 3-6. I want to say tie, but I think the Denver's defense is just too good to give up any points, and I feel like the Broncos have to at least score 3. So I'm going with Denver.
All right, this side Denver, this side Raiders. I'm taking Denver. All right, so you got Denver?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. I got Denver too, I guess.
Could be game of the week. Cowboys, Vikings in Minnesota. I'm taking Minnesota. They're coming off another big win. They're at home, and Dallas going to be Dallas. I just don't believe in them. I love their defense, but they lost. They have 31 points to a team that scored 9 points against the fucking Lions. We're going to have 30 points a game. How is that possible? How is that possible?
I got a couple things to say about this game.
Coming off a bye too.
Yeah. Minnesota just beat Buffalo. Kirk Cousins is holding you-know-what in his hand. He's whipping it to anyone that's near him. Kirk Cousins. The difference is the Cowboys don't have Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is here to win the Super Bowl. He's here to shock everyone. He's here. He has the weapons galore in that offense. Dallas, you still ain't them boys this year. I'm taking Minnesota.
All right. Next up, we have the Bengals traveling to Pittsburgh to take on your Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm taking the Bengals.
I figured.
They technically should have beat you week 1. They didn't have a long snapper.
Hey.
Shoulda, woulda,
coulda, woulda.
They didn't.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm saying.
They're playing well. They played very well going into their bye. They need it if they want to win this division. And they honestly, if they think they're going back to the Super Bowl, they should beat you guys. And it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. But if you want to go to the Super Bowl, you beat Pittsburgh at home. On the road. When they were, who cares? Excuses if they lose this game.
I normally when I pick Pittsburgh in a game that they're not favored, I usually just say, "Oh, we need this." I'm not going to say that this time. We do need it, but this is my reason for picking Pittsburgh. My reason is, yes, Bengals didn't have a long snapper, blah blah blah, but this time, even bigger than the long snapper, they don't have Jamar Chase. We don't need to worry about Jamar Chase. Yes, they still have Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins, but I feel like our secondary is capable. We're capable of stopping Bengals' run game. They have no offensive line. And we have T.J. Watt. So T.J. Watt and the Steelers defense had 7 sacks week 1 against Cincinnati. And I think that continues. Our offense isn't going to put up a lot of points, but we're going to be able to stop the Bengals defense, or Bengals offense on defense, and get the job done. I could see like a 23-20 type game. So.
You said you weren't going to score a lot of points. 23 is a lot.
No, it's not. We scored 20 against New Orleans. I didn't say that was a lot.
New Orleans is not. I mean,
New Orleans scored 10 against us. I'm giving the Bengals 20. Just because our defense is here to play. Hey, I could have just said we need it. That's why I gave a serious breakdown.
I just don't think
you picked Cleveland against Buffalo.
I'm just saying 23 is a lot of points. That's all I'm saying.
It's not that much. We get
a defense. I think you mean like
listen. Hear me out.
That's all.
We get 3.
That's all I meant.
We get a defensive touchdown.
That's all I meant.
We get a
3 scores is a lot of scores in my opinion.
We get a Kenny Pickett. Hear me out.
I hear you. Okay.
We get a defensive touchdown. We get a Kenny Pickett rushing or throwing touchdown, and then we get 3 field goals.
I'm not saying
23.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying you said you're not going to score a lot. I think it's 17-14, 10-7. That's not scoring a lot.
10-7.
5 scoring possessions. That's a lot of scoring.
Well, a lot of points to me in the offense in the past is
I
like
thought you
40.
Meant this year.
No, I
Sorry,
meant
let's move on.
That's like 40.
Chiefs are going to Los Angeles. My apologies. To face the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. I'm going to take the Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs. Chargers aren't great.
And then on Monday night, we have the Niners traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. I'm going to take the Niners. I'm riding with the Niners. I like what they're doing. They're splitting the carries with McCaffrey. They'll keep them fresh. The defenses look good. And, I mean, the Cardinals beat the Rams last week, but it was backup versus backup. And, it wasn't like...
Imagine buying a ticket to that game.
Yeah, really.
Not knowing what was about to happen.
Yeah, exactly. John Woodford and Colt McCoy. Good old Colt McCoy.
Gross.
Former Brown.
He's a great backup, though.
Yeah.
And he steps up when he's needed.
Finds a way to win.
And Cliff Kingsbury finally got the job done.
Yeah.
Against Sean McVay.
I mean, again. John Woodward or Woodford or whatever his name is.
Whatever.
Exactly.
I don't even know what school he went to.
But yeah, Niners, Cardinals. I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Niners too. Just
You're not high on the Cardinals.
No, I'm not. So.
And this is not like it's a division.
Oh, it's in Mexico City too. So.
Oh, nice.
So that's fun.
Did not know that.
So.
Last time there was a game there, it was over 100 points scored. So.
Not gonna happen this time.
No,
but
probably not.
But yeah, so that's the picks for the week. The biggest question marks, will Detroit get it done?
Yeah, I mean, that would be impressive.
That would be impressive.
Yeah, I mean, if we play in Buffalo and we beat them, yeah. If we play in Detroit and we beat them, that would be very impressive. We beat them in a snowball. I mean, we have the better running game. Our defense sucks, though. So, I mean, I guess it'd be a toss-up. Who knows? Browns are probably going to lose.
That defense is so bad.
God, we can't stop the run.
I'm looking back. I'm like, how the hell did we lose to y'all?
That was the best game we played.
Best defensive game you played.
Cincinnati was probably...
yeah.
I mean, it's a prime time.
Yeah.
We only show up at prime time. We had the fucking Broncos schedule, we'll be fucking first place. But no, let's ride. I'd fucking rather watch those bitch ass.
We both picked Denver this week. I picked him to flip this clicker thing.
We don't like Denver, but we know the Raiders are bad.
I think I picked Raiders in my actual pool, but in this I'll do Denver. One of them's bound to win, so unless they tie, and then I'm just shit out of luck. But that's all the time we have. Thank you for watching, and try to get this video posted today because I've been having posting issues for some reason. So that's that. Any final thoughts?
No. Everybody enjoy your football teams. Hopefully they'll win unless they're playing our teams. Fuck the Ravens.
Yep. Go Carolina. Go Baker.
Go Baker.
All right. Have a good day.
See you.